Hi guys, and welcome back to another lyrical breakdown with your lady friend Bonnie. I'm happy to be here. How are you guys doing? Yeah, I'm. It's pretty cold. It's pretty cold up in Canada right now, so you can let me know what the weather's like for you. Um, yeah, welcome to our channel and to this little video that I will be providing for you for your entertainment purposes. Um, so this week, I will be kind of going through the song If I by Foxy Brown. Which came off of her album Il Na Na, which I believe came out in, was it November 19th, 1996? Yeah. I would really trying to like find like a girl that I can like connect with and like try and just try and like go through like some songs and trying to find like songs that are stories in, or something that's like interesting that I can kind of break down. And it's pretty hard. It's really hard for me actually doing research, like finding stuff about female rappers and like compilation lists and like different things that people have kind of put together, being like, this song is such a great song. Like, and it like, even if you look up like female rappers, like lyrical, lyrical storytelling female rappers of all time, like you're not even gonna find a female listed on the first page of Google. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I was like scrolling through everything, just trying to like get some inspiration. So that's weird. More women should be, I think, considered. But on that note, the women that like are like the rappers that I found that were supposed to be like, like these like, or that are these like, big stars and have like great hits and everything like that, I find that they're more bluesy soul kind of feeling. They just sound a little bit different than like what we expect in like rap. In terms of at least like the older rappers, I think a lot of like the newer females kind of have that kind of harder edge to them. So I think that that's kind of a little bit more what you expect from rap, at least nowadays. But I think back in like the 90s and the early 2000s, and I guess the 80s, even before the 90s, right? I think that they were either kind of like push aside that like rap was like a man's game. And yeah, it's like they didn't really know like quite how to be as hardcore as the guys. But like, I just, like they were going through the same stuff. They lived in the same places. They experienced a lot of the same things, a lot of the same situations and like living conditions and, terrible situations. And even like a lot of the male rappers, they sing sometimes about girls. So they'll tell a story about this girl, like, Brenda, if you guys know what I'm talking about, by Tupac. And so yeah, I think that there's just kind of like, I want to hear Brenda's story. I want to hear like straight from like the horse's mouth kind of thing. So yeah, I think that if you guys know of any like great female storytelling kind of rappers or, and it would be more fun for like us, I think, or for at least for me, to kind of go through like older rap. But I know that like a lot of like the new stuff, I can definitely do that too. If you guys want to see that, if there's any like newer rappers, definitely like leave that down below. I mean, you guys have given me some good suggestions, but I just haven't found something that I've really connected with. But I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to find something. I'm going to be like, whoa, this girl, you guys need to check her out. So anyways, sorry about that little like rambling tangent. Let's get back on track to the lady we are talking about today. That is Miss Brown. And she has had, from everything that I found, she's a really interesting girl. She kind of like made it quite young. I believe she was like 19 when she got her like big break, but she had been rapping for like a few years, but like not like a significant amount of time. I think she started when she was like 15 or 16. And yeah, she was pretty like involved, and she was there, and she, she's definitely a name that I've come across a few times. Somebody that I wanted to like listen to, and I do think that at some point we should, maybe on the Classic Quest, definitely do this album, like the whole album itself. But yeah, I mean, and she has a new album that's coming out this year, for those who are interested in kind of like following what she's up to. But yeah, I did see that there's something that's supposed to be scheduled for 2019. I don't know when, I don't know what it is, but there's supposed to be an album that's coming out by her this year. And she's definitely like like, as I was kind of saying, like she's had her fair share of troubles and some shady situations, and she's definitely had her her fair share of crimes and of being arrested. And it just like, I just feel like her list of different I guess times where she was like arrested or someone pressed charges against her or whatever for like beating someone up or for just doing like crazy stuff. So I mean, she's definitely no yeah, I mean, she's pretty hardcore. Yeah, I'm gonna give her that. And she seems like pretty chill. She seems pretty fun from some of like the interviews I was watching by her. But yeah, enough about that. If you guys know anything fun about her and interesting facts, definitely leave those down below. I definitely want to check her out more. And I think we shall at some point. But anyways, that's enough about that. I'm not going to be playing the full song for you guys just because of copyright. And I feel like the YouTube is like amping up their rules about copyright. So yeah, we're just going to play a little clip of it. But yeah, I just let you know, guys, I'm not an expert or anything like that. This is just my opinion that I'm sharing with you. You can agree or you can disagree. I don't really mind. Either way, whatever starts like an interesting discussion. But yeah, let's check out the song and get into it. I would take it back to what we said goodbye if I... So there's like sort of like a little intro bit at the very beginning. Obviously, where else would you put an intro? And it's just sort of, it's almost like like you can hear her words, but it's a little bit under the music a little bit. So it's like, come on. Yeah, Brooklyn, Brooklyn, take it back. If I, Foxy Boogie, rag top, 6 drop, get caught, think not, light brown, 'cause we're not to be stopped if I. Whew. So yeah, she's clearly from Brooklyn. She's bringing us back. I think that we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane a little bit. So she's kind of saying like the Foxy Brown is kind of a name that she's taken from like the boogie era, I would assume. I believe it's from a movie that she particularly liked. Yep. And she's not going to get caught and she's not going to be stopped. And that's pretty much it. So let's get right on into verse 1. I came up fast in this crap game they call a rap game. What the damn, she's killing it again from that dame. Now every snake face, oh jig. I'm like, just don't sell me the bridge. I buy lakes. Friends even bend rules. Chicks, I lent jewels. Say, she's acting funny now. Oh, she's got money now. Trying to do my thing, y'all. Need you on my team. But you ain't going to stop my dream or block my cream. So she's got some good rhymes. I'll give her that for sure. Especially that she's like quite young. Let's just make that clear. She's 19, I think, at this point when she's writing this song. Or I think she's also talking about a time earlier than when she was 19. So you'll kind of get the gist of it. So here, yeah, I think she's basically just kind of saying that she kind of exploded. She kind of like made it big quickly in the rap game. Kind of was it like an overnight success, I guess. People are kind of shocked that this lady is good and that she's like making hits and making money. And like now she doesn't really like put up with losers or anything like that. And I had to look up what jig meant. And I'm sorry if this is like a terrible word, and I'm saying it, and I don't mean to, but I found out it was a derogatory word for black people, and I didn't know that. I've never heard of that. And apparently it's from like a jigaboo or something. I don't know why anybody. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it does. If you can tell me down below, and if you're like, yo, you should not be saying that. Definitely let me know. I won't ever say it again. My bad. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of an interesting, maybe it was like a 90s slang for black people. I don't know. So people had tried to like swindle her. Now that she's got money, they're trying to take advantage of her, right? And they're kind of saying like, oh, you've changed now. Which sucks because you don't think that money's going to change you, just like the situation does. And yeah, and then she's just, and I think she's having issues with like some of her friends and some of her family, people that she thought that she could trust. Maybe now they're kind of like talking crap about her and they're trying to get something from her, and she's like, nope. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like she's not acting different. She's just trying to be successful, and she's just trying to do her, you know, like she's just trying to go for her dream. And she's clearly making the right moves, and she's just trying to do that, and she's hoping that like her friends and family can kind of be on her side and maybe like help, you know, she can like kind of pull them in, and they can also kind of ride the wave of success that she's on. But she's also saying like, if this is going to be an issue for you, and if you're not going to be true to me, bye-bye. Like she's pretty much saying that. I like things better when you called me Ings, a year before Rhapsody, way before Screen Scene. Before they knew who Foxy was, you probably was the first to keep it real with all my secrets concealed. Things got ill the minute I got a deal, and my time got shorter, and you was having a daughter. Had to stop hopscotch, get off Iran. Damn, I wish we were still playing jump. So she liked her friends and her family more when they were calling her Inga, which is like, well, Inga's her real name, I believe. I don't believe it. I read it. It's a fact. And she doesn't want like her friends and family calling her Foxy necessarily, because that's kind of her persona. That's like her celebrity persona. She wants to be her true self, and she likes it when people still call her Inga because it feels more personal, as you know. Yeah, it makes sense. She basically says that people were better to her, and she kind of like scopes out like the years between like two TV shows, between Rhapsody and Screen Scene. I'm guessing those were probably both on MTV or something like that, or just like a music shows. That's what they kind of sound like. Yeah, back before she was a celebrity, everybody and everyone, like everything was fine, and she could trust people, but she finds that things have been a lot harder for her now that she's successful. People want something more from her, and they also won't necessarily keep her secrets. They're going to probably spill them to like a gossip magazine or whatever, just to get a little bit of money and to kind of get a little bit of recognition. Like, you know, it's a shitty thing to do. It's basically like snitching on someone if you're telling their secrets. And then this was a line where she was started talking about like a specific person. And somebody was having a kid while she was like going for her dream. So like I wasn't really sure who she was talking about because it was somebody different, but maybe it was the guy that she's continues to talk about. So I definitely think it could be that, you know, he's at this point where he's kind of having a daughter, and she's like currently trying to be successful. She just signed a contract. She's gonna, you know, she's gonna make a lot of music and a lot of money, and she's going to tour and everything else. But she says, I think it's a little bit stressful. It's kind of where she's going here. And I had to look up what she was talking about when she said, get off Iran. And apparently that's a type of like a double Dutch jump rope or something, or like a game, or like I don't really understand, but it's like simple and fun. And she kind of is saying like she misses the days of the simple times, really, where she could just hang out with her like girlfriends and just jump rope, and you didn't have to think about anything. There was no worries. You know, when you're a kid, it's just easy peasy. And yeah, I think that's kind of where she's at. She's kind of struggling with coming to terms with being an adult and being, because, you know, like I said, she's 19. I'm going to keep saying it. So I think she's kind of dealing with that, and she's kind of dealing with letting people go and people betraying her and everything else. And I think she's just growing up. I think that's kind of what she's saying here. So let's take a look at the hook. It's pretty short, and I think it's repeated twice. If I could take this back, I would. If I could rewind the time to when it was all good, I would. Take it back to when we said goodbye, if I. So she's obviously regretting something here, and she wishes that she could take back her choices. And I think especially about saying goodbye. Like, I think that things, she's like, well, if I had just, stayed and I hadn't signed a deal and I hadn't signed a contract, then, life would be a completely different path for her right now. I think that's kind of what she's saying, but she can't hold herself back and she can't hold her dreams back just for somebody else. And if it is about this guy, he doesn't sound like he's going to be worth it. And she needs to do, what she wants to do, and she needs to fulfill her dreams. So you go, girl. So let's check out verse 2. My so-called man, thinking he slick 'cause I stay on tour, thought he'd never get caught trying to play on whores. I cried as my keys were scraping the car doors, from the trunk to the hood, by the wheel and the floor. Exposed my vulnerable side, had me open wide, said you forever keep it real, but you lied. Was the first to feel inside the ill na-na, had me thirst when you whispered to me how it feel, mama. So, yeah, so she knows this guy that she's dating is basically a useless guy, and he's cheating on her, and he thinks that he can just get away with it, and she'll never find out, and she'll never know, because she's out there grinding on tour, making money, doing what she's got to do, living in a van or a bus or whatever, so obviously she knows what's up. Women always know. And he thinks, he's not going to get caught. She's pretty upset, and she's feeling like she's kind of found out now, and she's crying because, she's heartbroken that, that this guy that she loves would cheat on her. And so she feels it's an obligation of hers to key his entire car, and she's crying while she's doing it because she's hurt and she doesn't want to be keying his car, but she needs to do something. That's kind of maybe the start of the crimes that, were to come, if they weren't already happening earlier. She's just pretty pissed, and she talks about that she gave him her virginity, and this guy was the first guy with her and everything, and then he just cheated on her, and he kind of used her a little bit. And I think that's everybody, I feel like it's something that shouldn't be taken for granted, shouldn't be taken lightly. Guys, if you guys, do take, somebody's virginity and they're confessing their love to you, then I think that you should definitely treat them with respect. Yeah, but I guess, you can't just stay with the first one just because, I guess, sometimes. But anyways. Yeah, but don't hurt it. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Don't stop. Get busy. Blew up your pager. Checked your clothes. Duked your house keys. Stole your beeper code. What happened to the mows and the occasional roses, massages, and the bubble baths rubbing my toes as I realized you was just misleading me. I should have known you left that last chick to be with me. Duh. Oh, young girls, when will you learn? So she's kind of describing the first time and how he was a little bit more gentle and he was a little bit more attentive of her. And also there's a little hint here of a very popular 90s song, No Diggity by Blackstreet. And Blackstreet is also featured on a song on this album. So I thought that was interesting that she kind of shouted them out. She obviously is friendly with them. And so she pretty much, I don't know if it was just because she gave him her virginity or just because she trusted him or whatever. So she basically became kind of obsessed with him and was always kind of checking on him and going through his stuff and needed access to everything, which is also kind of she probably has a little bit of low self-esteem as well if she's not secure with just letting him be, but maybe he's giving her something that's causing her to feel that way. So it's a two-sided thing, for sure. So he stopped kind of taking her on dates and spoiling her. But now that he's kind of had fun with her for a bit, he's moving on to another girl. And obviously, she realizes now, in hindsight, 2020, right, that she should have known better. That this guy left the last girl to be with, he is just one girl to the next. He just kind of he never is single ever. It seems this guy just kind of jumps from relationship to relationship. from virgin to virgin. I don't know. But yeah, that sucks. And then we have the hook again, and we have it 2 more times. And I think that now she's definitely regretting being with this particular guy that she was with when she was young. So verse 3, Mummy dearest tried to prepare us for a lot ahead. You never heard, preferred to smoke your lie instead. On the one-on-one combo, told me you'd die for bread. That's why I spend these nights crying in bed. You had the deep dish 6. Your rep was right. Your rep was widespread. I tried to intervene. You said it was over my head. A little bit like me. Said I'd never understand the plight of a black man. Right, but I'm trying to keep you in my life. So, you know, she's just kind of saying, like, moms try their darndest to prepare their daughters for the real world and, you know, to try and teach them to hopefully avoid douchebags like this guy. Yep. Guess that didn't work. And, but yeah, he's basically not aware of that and just kind of makes up nonsense. And when they were alone, he kind of confessed that he was maybe willing to die for money. So she's worried, right? She's worried about him. She still loves him. And she's obviously concerned for him and with him, that, you know, maybe he's out on the streets doing whatever, selling drugs, involved in gangs. Like, this is kind of what was going on at the time a little bit. So, or he's just doing whatever else illegally. He could just be selling copied CDs or something like that. Or tapes or whatever. So shit hit the fan in his world, and everybody was kind of talking about him, and she tried to help him. And she, you know, he was basically like, you know, mind your own business. Like, you're not going to understand this. Like, it's over your head. Like, don't think about it. And she's just trying to be involved in his life. She's just trying to, you know, she's trying to, like, make the relationship work, and she's trying to be there for him. And so, you know, being dismissed is not very nice. And so she's probably pretty irritated right now, you know, just with him in general. She's, you know, she's doing everything that she can, but he doesn't give her the time of day, basically. So via satellite, talking them burnouts. Soon you had me whiling and you turned me out, taught me about how to win, the codes of the streets, luxuries and wealth untold. It was sweet. And one night you, asleep after work, was chopped up. Felt something strange in my veins. I popped up, 1 foot in the house, shoot, flew to the horn. Got the cell operator. I knew you was gone. Those last 4 lines. I do not know. I'm going to give you my best guess, but I do not know really how she sums up this song. So even though she's away on tour, she's still trying to, like, be there for him, and she's trying to, like, talk to him, and, like, you know, even if it's by satellite. I mean, that's how things were back in the day, I guess. And on, like, disposable or, like, contractless phones. I guess that's what burnouts are. And then basically dealing with him has made her crazy, and he's obviously mad too. Like, things aren't working out. It's kind of like the demise of their relationship. And basically he taught her some of the ins and outs of the street and how to hustle and, like, the money that you can make. I think that he's kind of going over, or, you know, she's just remembering back. And yeah, so these last 4 lines, I'm going to do my best to try and figure out exactly what they mean, but I'm not certain. I'm going to definitely let you know that right now. So basically, one night you were asleep after work and was chopped up. I think chopped up is supposed to mean, I found different meanings of what a lot of these things could mean. Chopped up is either that you were, like, high or drunk or something like that, or it can mean getting a blowjob. Like, there's a lot of weird terms that I'm just like, I don't know which one is the right one. I don't know what she was trying to say, and I don't really, like... So sometimes it is difficult breaking down, like, these 90s songs when you're kind of like, I was just a little kid. I don't remember that, and I never encountered a lot of things like this when I was like that. So, yeah, so I think it means that he was, like, high or drunk and passed out, but then it doesn't necessarily make sense with the rest of it. So if you guys definitely know what the last 4 lines are trying to say, let me know. Ladies, if you're out there, let me know. And then so I think she's got a feeling that something was up, something strange in my veins. I popped up. Like, I think that, like, it made me think that either she was on drugs, something strange in my veins, like a needle or something like that, or drugs or liquor. But then it also could be that she's feeling like something in her nervous system, like she's got like a gut kind of instinct a little bit. I think it could mean that. I'm not sure, once again. So she popped up. And then she kind of shows up. I think she called him and he wasn't home. And so she assumed, or thought, I don't know, that he was cheating on her, that he's not sticking around, that he's not there anymore. And I think that he's kind of gone, like he flew the coop, he left her. And I think that's kind of the end of her troubles, relationship, whatever you want to call it. So there's a few ways that could go. If any of you know what 1 foot in the house, shoot, flew to the horn means, please let me know. I'm trying to figure out, I was like, shoot, flew to the horn. What is she trying to say here? So I'm guessing that she was half in the house and ran for the phone, maybe? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where it ends. I mean, this is, there is the chorus, or the hook again, a couple more times. But I think it's interesting. I think it's just sort of, it's her saying, she's looking back and she's seeing that, this guy tried to maybe prevent her, or she was wasting her time or something like that. And, from doing her dream. I mean, either way, she was going to do her dream. Either way, it didn't really stop her. But maybe he wanted a kid, and like, so that's why she left, because he talks about like that he was having a kid now. And she's like, I don't have time for that. I gotta go chase my dream. I can't raise a kid right now. So yeah, I mean, there's different, and he calls her mama. So I thought that was maybe like something, but I mean, anyways, I think it's good. I think it's, a song about like this, young love, and like how you kind of try to make it work and it doesn't really make sense. And how it just kind of falls apart, I think, is, if you're just on completely different spectrums and you're not at the same place at the same time, in terms of your life and in terms of your life goals. So I think that's pretty much it. I think that she's just kind of saying like, nobody's going to stop her from her dreams. Like, she's going to do what she can, and she's going to like try to like, stay, be a good girlfriend. If you're going to stay home and, work out on the streets and do whatever you got to do, she's going to like make her effort to like try to be there for you. But, if you're gone, you're gone, right? Like, he can't stick around for her. I think that's kind of it. So I think that she's just kind of saying like, if she had changed and she had done something differently, like how different would her life be? And I think that she realizes that this was the right path for her, and she could, just kind of leave him behind, just like she left some of like the people that she couldn't necessarily trust in her life, her friends, her family, the people who betrayed her, who spilled her secrets. I think that's kind of what she's saying in this song. So yeah, if you don't want to be with less, you don't want to be with somebody that's not treating you like 100% amazing. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So that's the entire song. I hope you liked it. That was a little, brief introduction into Foxy Brown. If you guys want to check her out, definitely do that. If you want to listen to this song, it's a good song. It's got a good beat. I liked it a lot. It was good. I was like, this is nice. I like it. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for that. Thank you for watching. And if you guys want to support us on our Patreon, you can definitely do that. All the information and the link is all down below. I would like to thank our patrons over there. So that's Super Old School 1994, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, and Lindell Williams. So thank you guys so much. If you don't have any extra cash to spare, or you're budgeting for 2019, you can still just like our video, and subscribe. That's enough for us. And leave a comment down below if there's any lady songs, or if there's any other songs that you want to see me break down. I will definitely check them out and try to get some inspiration from you guys. I should hopefully be doing a video next week with a pick from you, so now's the time to get them in. So yeah, and you can follow me at Twitter at YLF Bonnie, so your lady friend Bonnie. Sometimes I'm active, sometimes I'm not over there. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get back on Twitter, and I tweet for like several days, and then and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then I forget. But yeah, go bother me over there and remind me to be like, hey, where are you at? Let's tweet. Yeah, so if you want to do that, if you want to check me out, or if you just want to leave a comment down below, that's okay too. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope that your January is not too cold, and and that's pretty much it, I guess. So have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.